When was the last time you thought about your own needs without taking into account what other people want from you? There's nothing wrong with putting effort into relationships with people you care about or looking for a new romantic partner or friend. People need love, closeness, and company, so by pursuing those needs, you're focusing on yourself. Also, it's likely that your relationships won't go well if you never stop caring about other people. Neglecting your own goals and dreams can still stop you from living a life devoted to other people. Being happy might not open up a lot of personal joy. After a while, you might start to feel tired and maybe even lost. Stoicism tells us that our main goal in life should be to improve ourselves. This is not greed, but love and respect for ourselves. Understanding and loving ourselves makes it possible to love others fully and honestly. Let's look at 7 ways to turn your attention to yourself so that you don't get caught up in other people's lives and instead find yourself with your own goals and dreams. These tips will help you see that putting your attention on yourself is not a choice. It's a must if you want to live a full and worthwhile life. Number 1, learn from your mistakes. We can't avoid meeting challenges in life, from small problems we face every day to big problems that test our core. Obstacles are an unavoidable part of our journey, but they shouldn't be seen as problems. They should be seen as chances to grow. This view is highly reflected in the words of the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who said, "What stands in the way of action becomes the way." In other words, every problem we face is a chance to become more resilient and develop our inner qualities. Think about Epicus, who was born a slave and had to deal with physical hardships. Instead of giving up, he used them to become stronger and gain deep philosophical insight. He taught us that how we deal with hardship, not the hardship itself, shapes our character. Every experience, no matter how hard, has a unique lesson to teach us. Another famous Stoic philosopher talked about how important hardship is for shaping our character. He said that just as fire tests and hardens our resolve, hardships test and improve our character. Let's look more into how facing challenges can help you grow as a person. Imagine you are climbing a steep mountain. Each step is difficult. Your muscles ache and doubt creeps into your mind. But with each tough step, your endurance increases, your determination strengthens, and your appreciation for the journey deepens. Similarly in life. Each challenge we face and overcome builds our mental and emotional strength. It teaches us patience, perseverance, and the value of hard work. However, this transformation requires a shift in mindset. It demands that we stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance and start viewing ourselves as active participants in our own development. Consider a moment in your life when you faced a major challenge. How did you react? Did you see it as a barrier or a stepping stone? Reflecting on our reactions to past adversities can provide valuable insights into our personal growth journey. It encourages us to adopt a proactive approach, focusing not on the problem, but on how we can use it to become a better version of ourselves. Integrating this principle into daily life can lead to profound changes, for instance, in relationships. Seeing conflict as a chance to talk things out and understand each other better can strengthen the link between people. In health, seeing illness as a sign to start healthier habits can lead to better health. Being involved in personal projects, seeing setbacks as opportunities to learn can encourage determination and new ideas. Stoic philosophy is based on the idea that we should learn from our mistakes and see them as chances for growth. It tells us to focus on how we respond to problems instead of the problems themselves. By having this way of thinking, we build resilience, power, and a better sense of who we are and how the world works. Problems and difficulties are normal parts of life. They help us learn, grow, and get better. When you face difficulties instead of avoiding them, you can learn important lessons and grow as a person. Learning how to take on challenges can help people become more resilient, get better at handling problems, and have more success in many areas of their lives. Have a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the idea that you can get smarter and better at things if you work hard and are dedicated. Application. Don't see problems as impossible to solve. Instead, see them as chances to learn and get better. This way of thinking makes you more resilient and pushes you to keep learning. For instance, when you have a hard project to do, think about the skills and information you can gain instead of how hard the work is. Look at and think about failures. Idea: failure is an important part of learning. Failures can help you figure out what went wrong and how to do better by analyzing and thinking on them. Application. When things get tough, take some time to think about what you did and what you chose to do. Figure out what could have been done better, and then use that information to guide what you do next. If a business idea fails, look back at the strategy, the market, and how it was carried out to figure out what went wrong and make a better plan for the next time. Learn how to solve problems. The idea is that problems often need new and creative ways to be solved. Improving your ability to solve problems is important for getting past problems in a good way. Break problems down into smaller, more doable pieces to approach them in a methodical way. Think critically and creatively to find answers. When you have a big problem at work, break it down into smaller problems, come up with different ways to solve it, and then test each one in a planned way to find the best one. Build your ability to bounce back and adapt. The idea is that resilience is the power to get back on your feet after something bad happens, and adaptation is the ability to change with the times. Application. Keep a positive attitude. Ask for help when you need it, and learn from every event to make yourself stronger. Being open to new ideas and flexible will help you deal with changed situations. When sudden changes happen at work, like going from working from home to working from home, stay positive. Ask for help when you need it, and learn new tools and ways to do your job. Ask for help and feedback. Concept. Getting constructive feedback and support from other people can give you new ideas and help you deal with problems better. Application. Ask for feedback from peers, mentors, and managers on a regular basis to learn more about your work and find ways to improve it. Gather a group of people who will back you and help you grow. Example. When you're done with a difficult task, ask your co-workers for feedback to find out what you did well and what you could have done better. Then, use this knowledge to get better. By following these guidelines, people can turn problems into valuable learning opportunities that help them grow personally and professionally. Number 2. Appreciate the present. Things that happened yesterday or just now are in the past. Hearing your heart beat in time with the clock is like your past is flowing by. Everyone is born with a past because it sets the stage for the present and the future. But you may have forgotten that we live in the present and experience what is happening around us. We only live once, so why waste time and energy dwelling on the past? We can't change the past, whether it was good or bad, so we shouldn't be sad and self-conscious all the time about what has happened. We shouldn't only dream about the future or regret what happened in the past. If you want to build a peaceful and happy life, start right now. The past and the future are both there to help us, but the present is your life. Think about this. Do you often get distracted by worries about what's coming up or regrets about what has already happened? These thoughts can take over our minds and keep us from enjoying the beauty and opportunities of the present. For example, you might be at a family gathering, but your mind is focused on tomorrow's work or yesterday's mistakes instead of the laughter and conversation. Mindfulness is the practice of being aware of your feelings, thoughts, and body. Sensations without judgment means noticing your inner and outer worlds with interest and acceptance. To start, set aside a few minutes every day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. Notice the feelings in your body, the way your breath moves in and out, and the thoughts that come to mind. This easy exercise can help you be more present and aware of what you're doing every day. Engaging fully in your activities is another way to live in the present. Whether you're doing the dishes, taking a walk in the park, or talking to someone, try to be fully present and pay attention to the sounds, feelings, and sensations that come with each one. This approach not only makes the activities more enjoyable, but it also improves your performance and satisfaction. You are more likely to find joy and value in even the simplest things when you give them your full attention. Stoics believe that we can find happiness by focusing on what we have instead of what we don't have. Being grateful is also an important part of appreciating the moment. Every day, take a moment to think about what you're thankful for. It could be something as easy as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a kind word from a friend, or the beauty of a flower in bloom. By being grateful on a regular basis, you train your mind to see and value the good things in life, which makes you happier and healthier. Being. To sum up, appreciating the present is a deep Stoic practice that can change your life. It asks you to leave the shadows of the past and the unknowns of the future behind and fully embrace the richness of the here and now. By practicing mindfulness, fully engaging in your activities, and cultivating gratitude, you can find peace, lower your anxiety, and improve your overall health. Remember that life happens in the present moment. Value it and let it become the basis of a more satisfying and meaningful life. Thanks for watching this video about Stoic philosophy and appreciating the present moment. Any ideas, feelings, or stories you want to share about living in the present moment? Please do so by leaving a comment below. Number 3. Mindfulness and kindness. Mindfulness is being deeply aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and watching them without judging them. This practice helps us stay in the present, so we can go through life with a clear head. When combined with kindness, mindfulness goes even further and changes people's lives. Force improves our relationships with others and with ourselves. True kindness is an expression of strength and empathy that shows compassion to those around us and to ourselves. For example, think about Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor and one of the most famous Stoic philosophers. His reign was full of problems, from wars to plagues, but he stayed strong. Marcus practiced mindfulness through his meditations, which were a collection of personal writings that showed his ideas and thoughts. These meditations were not just mental tasks. They were deep ways to stay calm and focused in times of chaos. Marcus Aurelius was a great example of mindfulness because he stayed grounded and focused, which helped him rule with clarity and knowledge. Besides being mindful, he was also kind. As emperor, he showed empathy and concern to his people by understanding their problems and trying to make their lives easier. During his reign, he had a strong sense of responsibility and cared deeply about the well-being of his subjects. This showed how attention and kindness can make a place peaceful and helpful. Being mindful also means being kind to other people. Being kind means choosing to treat others with care and understanding. This could mean giving a co-worker who seems stressed a word of encouragement, or just listening to a friend who needs to be understood. Kindness doesn't have to be big. It can grow in the little things you do every day to show you care and appreciate them. Both practicing mindfulness and being kind to yourself are very important. Self-love, which is a form of kindness, means treating yourself with the same empathy and care that you would give to someone else. When we make mistakes or face problems, it's easy to fall into self-criticism, but mindfulness encourages us to watch our inner dialogue and replace harsh judgments with understanding and compassion. For example, if you miss a deadline, instead of berating yourself, acknowledge the situation and think about what you can learn from it and how you can improve while always being kind and supportive of yourself. Mindfulness helps us stay in the present and calms our minds, while kindness spreads this inner peace to others, creating waves of compassion and empathy. Together, these two powerful ideas create a supportive and peaceful environment within and around us. By following these Stoic principles, we can live a more deeply connected and fulfilling life. We become more aware of the present moment and more compassionate toward ourselves and others. Like Marcus Aurelius, we can discover that true peace comes from within, and by practicing mindfulness and kindness, we can make the world a peaceful and caring place for ourselves and those around us. Being mindful and being kind are two ideas that go hand in hand and are very good for your mental health and personal growth. Being fully present and involved in the present moment without judging it is an important part of mindfulness. It helps you become more self-aware and control your emotions. One thing that is different is kindness. Kindness means being caring, thoughtful, and helpful to others. They work well together to make your mental health better, your relationships stronger, and your life more rewarding. How to understand mindfulness. Being fully present and aware of where you are and what you're doing is what mindfulness means. It means being aware of our ideas, feelings, physical sensations, and the world around us without judging them. Benefits: regular mindfulness exercise can lower stress, help you concentrate, help you control your emotions better, and improve your overall health. How to practice mindfulness. Techniques: meditation, mindful breathing, body scan routines, and mindful walking are all common ways to practice mindfulness. Being more aware and present can be gained through these activities. Mindfulness can be used in everyday life by focused on the present moment while doing things like eating, walking, or even washing dishes. This can help turn boring tasks into chances to practice mindfulness. How to understand kindness. Being kind means being thoughtful, caring, and willing to help other people. It includes acts of kindness, help, and generosity. Benefits: being kind can improve your mood, make you happier, lower your stress, and help you make new friends. It also builds community and a feeling of purpose. Doing kind things. Acts you can do every day. Simple acts of kindness include looking at someone, lending a hand, paying attention, and complimenting them. Small acts like these can make a big difference in other people's lives. Kindness to yourself. Being kind to yourself is also important. This means being kind to yourself, accepting yourself when you mess up, and doing things for your own health and happiness. Bringing mindfulness and kindness together. Aware. Kindness. Being aware and being kind together makes both of them work better. Mindful kindness means being fully present and paying attention when you do nice things, making sure they are real and from the heart. Getting into the habit. Make an effort to include both awareness and kindness in your daily activities. This can be done by making time for mindfulness techniques and looking for ways to be nice to yourself and others on purpose. By learning about awareness and kindness and putting them into practice, we can live a more peaceful, kind, and satisfying life. These habits not only make us healthier, but they also make the world a better place. Number 4. Embrace personal growth. Have you ever thought about what it really means to grow? Personal growth isn't just a choice, it's a basic necessity for living a happy life. This idea encourages us to start a lifelong journey of self-improvement where we always try to be the best version of ourselves. Stoic personal growth starts with self-reflection. By looking at our thoughts, actions, and motivations, we can better understand ourselves and figure out what needs to change. Self-reflection is important because it helps us see our real skills and weaknesses. Another important part of personal growth is setting goals. These goals should be attainable and in line with our values. For example, you could set a goal to become more patient, better at communicating, or more disciplined in your daily habits. By setting and working towards these goals, we push our limits and leave our comfort zones. This process is very rewarding, even though it can be hard at times. It tells us that we grow when we are ready to face pain and accept change. One person who shows this well is Epictetus, who was a slave but went on to become one of the most important Stoic thinkers despite his hard life. Epictetus set goals for himself to control his thoughts and reactions. He taught that we can't control what happens in the outside world, but we can control how we respond to it. This way of thinking helped him use hardship to grow as a person. His lessons stress that real growth doesn't come from outside circumstances, but from within. To embrace personal growth, we must first realize that we are all works in progress. To do this, we must be humble and ready to change. We must also accept that perfection is impossible and that growth is a continuous process. The Stoic idea of amor fati, or love of fate, tells us to accept all of our trip, even the parts where we fail or make mistakes. These experiences teach us important lessons that make us stronger and more resilient. As you think back on your trip, ask yourself what parts of your life need improvement. By asking yourself these questions, you can start to plan your personal growth path. Remember that personal growth is not a race, but a continuous process of becoming. As we grow, we become more in tune with our true selves and more in line with our values and purpose. This alignment brings us a deep sense of satisfaction and peace as we live in harmony with who we are meant to be. Growth is an important part of Stoicism, and it encourages us to always try to get better. We can change ourselves and our lives by reflecting on ourselves, setting personal goals, and pushing our limits. By being open to change and working on our projects, we become more self-aware and reach our M. So stop and think about your journey. Then ask yourself, how can I grow today? Your answer is welcome in the comments below. Remember to follow the road of personal growth to find the power and beauty of becoming the best version of yourself. Personal growth, also called self-improvement, is the process of learning new things and getting better at what you already know. It happens over the course of your whole life. It includes actions and habits that you choose to make better, like your mental and emotional health, your physical fitness, your relationships with other people, and your work skills. Accepting personal progress means committing to always getting better, looking for new things to do, and being open to change. Looking for these things not only makes our lives better, but they also make us stronger, more flexible, and happier. Self-awareness and thinking about it. Lesson. Knowing yourself is the first step to growing as a person. To set important goals and make smart choices, you need to know your strengths, weaknesses, values, and beliefs. Action. Regularly think about yourself by writing in a journal, meditating, or getting feedback from friends and teachers you trust. This helps you see what you need to work on and keep track of your growth over time. Making smart goals. Lesson. Smart goals, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, help you grow by giving you focus and direction. They take general goals and turn them into plans that can be carried out. Do this. Break down big goals into smaller steps that you can handle. Review and change your goals often to stay on track and adapt to changes in your life or responsibilities. How to develop a growth mindset. Lesson: to take on challenges and keep going after losses, you need to have a growth mindset, which means believing that your skills and intelligence can improve through hard work and learning. Take action. See obstacles as chances to learn, not as threats to your skills. Don't just focus on results. Also, value growth and effort, and see setbacks as chances to learn. Making people more resilient and flexible. To grow as a person, you need to learn how to deal with problems in life and how to thrive in settings that are always changing. Action. Learn how to deal with stress through things like relaxation, exercise, and keeping up with friends and family who can support you. Accept change by looking for new things to do and being willing to see things from different points of view. Learning for life and improving your skills. To keep your mind sharp and useful in a world that is always changing, keep learning new things and getting better at the ones you already have. They create new chances and make people happier at work and in their personal lives. Spend time learning new things, whether it's in a classroom, through online classes, workshops, or on your own. To keep your mind growing and your creativity flowing, stay interested and learn about a lot of different things. Integrating these ideas into your daily life will help you grow as a person and become the best version of yourself over time. Number 5. Balance self-care and community service. Imagine life is like a beautiful garden, and each tree and flower represents a part of our existence. To keep the garden healthy, we must carefully and thoughtfully care for each plant. Just as a gardener balances watering and pruning with the overall landscape design, so too must we balance self-care and community service in our lives. This delicate balance is not only the basis of Stoic philosophy, but also a guide for living a meaningful and fulfilling life. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health is like watering your garden. Without it, you can't grow or thrive. Just like plants need sunlight and water to make energy through photosynthesis, we need self-care practices to give us the strength and energy we need for daily life. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It includes things like regular exercise, healthy eating, enough sleep, and mind. However, self-care alone is not enough. It's like a garden where each plant only takes nutrients from the soil and never gives anything back. Eventually, the soil would run out of nutrients and the garden would die. This is where community service comes in. Community service is the act of giving back and enriching the soil from which we all take nutrients. It's about sharing our resources, time and energy to support and uplift others. This reciprocity is important for the health of the community and our own growth. The link between self-care and community service is very strong. When we take care of ourselves, we're better able to help others. On the other hand, when we do community service, we often find meaning and satisfaction, which makes us feel better. This creates a positive cycle where personal and community health support each other. Let me tell you a personal story to show this. I began volunteering at a local shelter a few years ago as a way to give back to the community, but I quickly realized that helping others was having a profound effect on my own life. Talking to the shelter residents, hearing their stories, and seeing how strong they were inspired me. It gave me a new perspective on my own problems and made me more grateful for what I had. This experience also encouraged me to take better care of myself, so that I could continue to contribute effectively through this balance. Finding the right balance between self-care and community work is a journey, not a goal. You have to keep thinking about yourself and making changes. Stoic philosophy tells us that we are all connected and that our health is linked to the health of others. When we accept this, we not only improve our own lives, but we also help the general good. Imagine that your life is a garden. Take good care of your own needs, but don't forget to add to the land by helping other people. This balance will make a garden that grows and thrives, where you and your community can both thrive. Number 6, continuous learning. Imagine life is like a huge, uncharted ocean, and continuous learning is the compass that helps us find our way through the storms and the calm waters. It keeps our minds sharp and our spirits full, so we can adapt to life's ever-changing tides. This commitment to learning isn't just about getting new information or skills, it's also about developing a mindset of growth and resilience. Consider the story of Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. After losing all of his money in a shipwreck, Zeno could have given up, but he saw it as a chance to learn and grow. He delved into philosophy and studied under the guidance of the great thinkers of his time. His never-ending thirst for knowledge led him to come up with the principles of Stoicism, which people still follow today. Zeno's journey shows how learning new things over and over again can change our lives. It also tells us that even when things are hard, there is always something good to gain by seeking wisdom. This principle is especially relevant in our modern world, where change is the only constant. By committing to continuous learning, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate life's uncertainties and seize opportunities for personal growth. But how do we actualize this Stoic principle in our daily lives? It starts with cultivating a mindset of curiosity and openness. Ask yourself, when was the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone to learn something new? Whether it's picking up a new hobby, exploring a different culture, or reading about an unfamiliar topic, each experience broadens our horizons and deepens our understanding of the world. For instance, consider learning a new language. This endeavor not only expands your cognitive abilities, but also opens doors to different cultures and perspectives. It challenges you to think in new ways and adapt to different modes of communication. Moreover, continuous learning is not limited to intellectual pursuits. It also encompasses emotional and spiritual growth. Reflect on your interactions with others and the lessons they bring. Each relationship and each conversation has the potential to teach us something valuable about ourselves and the human experience. By focusing on these daily lessons, we become more understanding, kind, and smart. Share your thoughts on learning new things all the time and how you've used the Stoic theory in your life. Have you ever left your comfort zone to learn something new? If so, describe the experience. Leave a comment below and let's talk about how we can keep learning and growing. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Continuous learning is the ongoing, voluntary and self-driven pursuit of skills and information for career or personal growth. It is very important in today's world, which moves quickly and is always changing. As technology advances and industry standards change, people and businesses must constantly adapt and get better. This way of learning makes sure that you stay current, competitive, and able to handle new tasks well. Why adaptability is important: staying relevant. Learning new things all the time helps people and businesses keep up with changes in their field, new technologies, and changing consumer needs. Better ways to solve problems. People are better able to deal with difficult problems and come up with new solutions when they keep their skills and information up to date. Growth in personal and professional life. Skill improvement. Constant learning lets you pick up new skills and get better at old ones, which can help you move up in your job and be happy with your life in general. More job opportunities. Employers like workers who are willing to learn, which makes them more competitive in the job market. Creating a culture of learning. Organizational benefits. Businesses that encourage ongoing learning Have a more flexible and creative staff that can come up with new ideas and stay ahead of the competition. Employee engagement. Encouraging employees to keep learning makes them feel valued and driven to move up in the company, which boosts morale and engagement. Use of up-to-date teaching methods, online workshops and courses. Online resources make learning easier to reach and more flexible, letting people learn at their own pace and when it's most convenient for them. Mentorship and collaboration. Working with mentors and co-workers gives you useful information and makes it easier to work with others to learn. Creating a learning habit that will last. Setting goals. Making learning goals that are clear and attainable helps you stay motivated and keep track of your progress. Reflective practice. Learning is important and useful when you regularly think about what you've learned and how you can use it. Lifelong commitment. Learning should be seen as a journey that lasts a lifetime, not a process that ends. This way of thinking supports continuous growth and change. These days, it's important to keep learning for both emotional and professional growth. People can improve their skills, make themselves more employable, and help their companies succeed by adopting an attitude of lifelong learning. Committing to continuous learning, whether through formal education, online classes, or group learning, is what makes growth, adaptability, and long-term success possible. Number 7. Mindful financial management. Mindful financial management means taking a deliberate and aware approach to handling your money. It means being aware of all of your financial options, making smart choices based on that information, and making sure that your financial actions are in line with your values and goals. This practice stresses how important it is to be thoughtful, self-aware and disciplined in order to be financially stable and well off. People can reduce stress, improve their financial health, and make choices that support their long-term financial goals and personal happiness by incorporating mindfulness into their money management. Tracking and being aware. Keep careful records of your investments, income, and spending. Check your financial records often to see where your money is going. You can keep track of your money better if you use planning apps or tools. Spending on purpose. You should be aware of how you spend your money. Spend your money on things that are important to you and make you happy. Don't buy things on a whim, and think about how your spending will affect you in the long run. Setting goals and making plans. Make short and long-term money goals that are clear and attainable. Make a plan for your money that shows you how to reach your goals. Review and change your plan often as your needs and circumstances alter. Smart ways to save and invest. Set up an emergency fund to pay for costs that come up out of the blue. Regularly putting away some of your income will help you get rich over time. Choose investments wisely based on how much danger you are willing to take and your financial goals. Reflection and change with awareness. Regularly think about the money choices you've made and how they've turned out. Don't be afraid to learn from both good and bad financial situations. Change your financial plans as needed to make them more in line with your new values and goals. People can improve their relationship with money, lower their stress about money, and feel more secure and satisfied with their finances by adding mindfulness into their money management. Somebody once said that a poor person is not one who doesn't have enough, but one who wants more. This Stoic view stresses how important it is to be happy and how dangerous it is to let your wants run wild. Are we spending our money on things that make us happy and fit with our values, or are we just trying to keep up with what other people think we should be doing? To show this, think about a family that decides to live within their means and save for their children's education and future security. Instead of spending a lot of money on the newest gadgets or luxury items, they choose to invest in experiences that help them grow and connect with each other, like family vacations or educational activities. By making these smart choices, they not only ensure financial stability, but they also create lasting memories and a solid foundation for their children's future. This way of managing money also means planning for the future. Stone Age thinkers believed in the value of planning and foresight. They said that by saving money and building up a financial cushion, we can protect ourselves from unplanned events and reduce the stress that comes with not knowing what will happen with our money. One of the most interesting things about Stoic financial management is the focus on living according to one's values. This means making financial decisions that are in line with one's beliefs and lead to overall happiness. For example, if compassion and generosity are important to us, we might give some of our money to good causes or help people in need. These actions not only help others, but also give us a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. By managing our money wisely and applying the Stoic principles of prudence, moderation, and foresight, we can create a life that is not only financially stable, but also full of meaning and in line with who we really are. This way of thinking gives us peace of mind because we know we are living in line with our values and planning for a bright future. Together, we looked at our own lives in a meaningful way through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Do you feel ready to use these ideas to make positive changes in your life? Please choose a yes, a no, or a third option. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it to help more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss any future inspirational videos. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.